Ladies and gentlemen, Borger. That's it. That's all I got. See you next time. No. Welcome to Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. I just wanted to show off the fact that, of course, we know it's that time of the week. Nintendo releases the new icons. And the fact that, I mean, it's just pure comedy in that game that you have the hyper-realistic, PNGs of food in there. They, So you have no idea. And as you know, if you've watched me play Kirby Air Riders, I have been saying Borger every time I see one. I love burgers. Burgers are good. I love burgers. And every time I saw one in there, I'm just like, Borger. I was not expecting to be able to make an icon with a hyper-realistic cheeseburger. And Kirby Air Riders is a very niche game. If anybody is going through their friends list right now and they are friends with me, they're just probably just like, what the hell is that? What game is that from? But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we'll save any further Kirby Air Riders and Borger discussion for Saturday when we will be playing that game. Today, we are back once again. It is Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Hard mode, specifically. We're gonna get true 100% this time, all that fun stuff. I'll grind the green crystals and stuff on my own time. I do indeed have the time to do that. You can see I got a little more dent in my off-screen playthrough here. I've tweaked some settings and kind of just got like the 4K to be optimized on my TV now, and oh my god, is it gorgeous. Anyway. Also, I want to know why that save file said Volt Forge. That was not my last save. I mean, I guess that might have been my last autosave. Come to think of it. But whatever. For the off-screen one, of course. Or I know for here we are still in Volt Forge. Okay. So now that we are not on a 4K device anymore, I am going to change her back. There we go. There's really just so many fun ways to play this game. Part of me, honest to God, wants to give mouse controls another shot. I don't know, I'll think about it. I will think about it. But I definitely want to try motion controls a little bit. Not with the Pro controller, though. Specifically with the Joy-Cons. I want to try to emulate that feeling, because as I've said, the Wii is indeed the best way, in my humble opinion, to play the Prime series, the Prime trilogy. I love just how immersive it feels. I always say, like, everyone's going crazy for remastered OMG dual stick. And I'm just like, I feel like I've experienced this before, and that's because I have. Because your Wiimote, your pointer, is essentially your right stick. It's just a more immersive right stick, in my humble opinion. Okay. As we know, we're at 1 death. Let's try to keep that number as low as possible. We're not going to keep it at 1 death. It's not realistic. That's not going to happen. But we will do our best. The thing with hard, since you're being attacked by multiple things, you got to do a better job of either taking cover and avoiding the other enemies than you would on normal difficulty, or you got to just know where they're at all time, or some combination of the two. Like right now, that's a bad spot because he's right there. I should be over here. I'm going to use some missiles too that I typically just don't use much in this game. Good stuff. Gotta make sure we're scanning too. We are going for 100% scans in this run. Make sure we're scanning everything. Cannot forget that. I might seem forgetful at times because I'm also, oh fuck. I'm also going for, in my other run, I'm kind of ignoring scans. I'm just kind of trying to focus on, as I've said, pickups, based on pure memory. I'm not really worried about scans in that one, so I don't want my mentality in that run to bleed over into this run, because this run is quite the opposite. Nice. So, we should scan the spinner. Should be it in here. Let's rock and roll. Gotta heal wherever we can here. Punch ammo wherever we can here. I will say in this game, and there's probably a reason this was the first game I ever did 100% scans on, as much as I have played this goddamn series. It's a lot more straightforward in this game. The game is a little bit more linear, and even just ignoring that, aside from just the linearity of the game, like, again, I was able to get every single lore entry in the Fury Green on my first run through of it. Chozo runes, like, you, as doors keep opening up, you have to keep going back there, like in the first game specifically, just the game I know best. This guy's gonna be a bitch. Let me finish my thought here. And then, because I'm gonna have to pause to deal with this guy. Because I need to get the scan. But, this might be my first string of a few deaths in a row, but anyway. Like there, you can't get all of the, because you're blocked off from certain areas. You know, you come back once to get the ice beam, you get more lore entries. Then you have to come back again. Actually, no, I think you might be able to get most of them. Maybe all of them except one or two. Then you have to come back again once you get the grapple beam and get another one. In this game, you can kind of just get everything on your first run through of an area. So it's a bit more straightforward, for me at least. Alright, we need to make sure we don't take stupid damage here, which I just did take a stupid hit there. Don't be afraid to use those missiles, baby. That was another stupid hit to take. Christ. We might need to develop a strategy for this one. Do I keep scanning that? Yeah, so I do have that scanned. Colors are blending on me. Yeah, I know the missiles are low. Okay. Can you just stay there while I scan you? Yeah, okay. I don't know why you did that, but thanks. We can sneak a hit on him, too. Okay, we're not gonna cheese it that bad. Did I break the game? Hello? Wake up. Okay, we're getting lucky here. Yeah, don't know what happened there, but we'll take it. Sure. That over-under of 30 is looking a lot better after that little glitch or something or other there. The thing just froze. We did not even have to fight that, ladies and gentlemen. I have no idea what happened. I don't know why I'm saving. I don't know why I'm scanning. Should I? No, I don't need to scan. I do need to go through this and... Oh, well, we're not going to do it on this run. I do need to do that on my own time, but one thing I am going to do as part of this run is talk to the Federation troopers more when they're at base camp, because apparently they say some pretty cool stuff. I did experience that a little bit. I also need to make sure I'm marking things, because I'm doing that in this run, not in my off-camera run. But I need to... Oh, hi. What the hell was I gonna say? I don't remember. Oh yeah, I wanted... because I feel like I didn't do that enough in the first run I did. I was determined to beat the game that day, so I did. I'm not gonna say I rushed it, but I was determined to beat the game that day. Ooh, pretty. Like, I felt like I had accomplished enough on my first run, and I kind of wish I did it on the first run, but that's the beauty of these games. There's still little things. Like, it's not like monumental things. Like, yeah, they say some things. It doesn't have any bearing on the gameplay or, like, anything like that, but it's still cool. Because I like the addition of these characters by the end. Again, it's a Metroid game. It's a shorter experience. It's not like this is a writing masterclass here. But by the end, I cared about the characters to the point where I was absolutely devastated by the ending. Like, whenever it gets uploaded on YouTube, go watch my face. Like, I was shocked. I'm just like, I didn't even know my mouth could, like, bend like that. Like, I went, like, it was, my mouth was, like, wide open like that when Miles took that shot. I was, like, shook was an understatement. Like, I cared by then, like, and that's what matters. Like, even if he was a little annoying here and there, like, what matters is you care about the characters. That's the goal. If you don't care about the characters, then that means something was done wrong, and I did. So they did something right, in my humble opinion. And I want to hear more from them, and you probably won't get a chance to after this game, because I was thinking more and more about the ending. Part of me is hoping they survived, or, you know, like, not even just that they survived, but, like, that you could also come back and rescue them at some point. And I speculated on that in some of my theories and discussions. It's not fucking possible. I want to make it clear. I mean, if they are dead, if they are alive, then and there's a reasonable explanation, so be it. But at this point, I would think it would be a plot hole for them to be alive. Like, if Samus were to come back to this planet for any reason, which maybe she has to, because it seems like the Lamorne are important to the story going forward. It's not just like a one-off like the Chozo, then you have the, what's it called? The Luminoth, and then the Brionians, and whoever else. Like, you will see them going forward. So maybe we end up back on Euros eventually. But, again, Silex is a maniac. Like, Silex hates Samus. Like, we're talking Kendrick Lamar versus levels of hate on Drake here. That's what we're talking about here. And, oh god. Gotta be smarter than that. And that scream, if you weren't convinced on how much Silex fucking hates Samus, you will be when you hear that scream at the end where he goes, Samus! I can't even, like, I'm not gonna do it because that scream, if I were to do that type of scream, someone would probably call the cops. Like, that shit was, like, there was hatred behind that. Fuck me. Like, there was pure hatred behind that scream. And all he wanted to do... Oh, wait, did I get it? I did. Nice. And what did those troopers do? They not only let Samus get back to, like, you know, save whoever she needs to save, or look into things, assess the situation back on Tanamar, but, specifically, they also prevented him from getting to Samus, which was his #1 goal. He wants to kill Samus because he fucking hates her. And they prevented that. I am sure, being a being that is much more powerful than them, I would assume he promptly gave them all an early grave as soon as Samus teleported out of there. The instant. Like, we are going to go back and find corpses, most likely. And if we don't, that's almost like a plot hole. I can see my boy Takabi surviving, because he's a badass. He's been in war before. I mean, so have the others, but you know what I mean. One of them talks about red velvet cake. The other one's a fangirl. The other one's just a tech nerd. I can see the robot surviving somehow. You could rebuild him or something. Alright, we made it through another fight alive. I can't believe we made it through one of them that I was worrying about the most with no deaths. Because it just broke. It's straight up broke. Whoops. Whoops, don't know what I was thinking there. This ain't Mario. You can't jump on him. Silux. Yeah, we know. He's a bit more of a bullet sponge now, that's for sure. I gotta avoid every hit I can here. I don't think there's any way for me to heal. No, there is. We got some things popping up. I think we gotta do the backwards dash on that one. Come on. I've developed the timing for this. Damn it. Once you get that first one, you're good. Damn it. Fireworks. I'm also debating what I want to do. Do I want to go get the powered up beam, like ASAP, or do I want to go through it? Just for the challenge. Like, to really make it like a hard mode run. Well, actually, you can't do that technically. You do have to finish the game with it. But I could try to get through everything up until the final boss without it. And I might do that. It would definitely make things more challenging. Like, if I decide to get it, it's definitely not cheesing it or anything, because it's available to you. I think I might do that. Like, I just won't go back and deposit my shit until, like, I get all of the crystals. Which of course would increase the odds of me hitting the over. Damn it. Nice. Right in the rear end. Yeah. The backdash is definitely the move there. So yeah, even though I haven't even done it on normal difficulty yet, I think I'm going to try to do that on this run, just to make it harder. Because I really want to, like, just master hard mode here. And what better way to do that than trial by fire, right from the jump. We've been Smeckledorfed. And of course, the more energy tanks we get, the easier it's going to be for us. We might realistically finish this with under 30 deaths. That was the over-under that I set myself at. I figured I would have more by now. At least from specific fights. And it hasn't happened. Like, that fight really didn't push me to my limit that much. And the fight that I thought would push me to my limit broke. Essentially. Gotta remember to mark shit here. I don't think there's one in here. I don't think so. Is this the elevator? I think this elevator has one, because this is the broken elevator. Yeah, I don't know, this game's hard mode seemed more difficult than the previous game's hard modes, because the combat is more required. Also, just, I did mark it, okay. And it is, objectively speaking, it is more challenging. Got that already, good. Shield bot. Hi. I'm just not real. A lot of people are theorizing, and myself included, because they even said it in the trailers. Like, are the Lemorn friend or foe? We don't know. And, you know, you see these things attacking you, and you see the scan of them. Oh, fuck. Jesus. Oh, boy. Started talking shit a little too much here. We might get a death here. Yeah. Get that, get that. Yeah, good. Come back. Whew. All right. But in the trailers, you know, a lot of people, and rightfully so, because they showed this, like, half of the scan of the Cybot soldier, and it says Lemorn Tech in it or something like that, and it's attacking you, so it's just like, maybe these guys are, and it turns out it was just Silux controlling it from the tower. Because the Lemorn are all dead, aside from potentially some of these 12 that went out. I still like the theory that, Silux kind of went here on purpose, because one of these Lemorn found him. You know, I mean, how else would he know to, like, do this and, like, get these psychic powers and stuff? Because he didn't have that shit before. Oh, yeah. Fuck off. Ow. I am going under. Nope. I don't think you can go under that, so I guess it's a good thing that that went out in time. Hi. Gotta remember, the missiles tend to send things flying in this game, which I like, because that is technically more realistic. Like, you get hit by that, you probably will get sent back a little bit. Oh god, hello, there's a third. Gotta use our missiles. Ah! That's two, ladies and gentlemen. That is two. Like I said, I'm not so much worried about boss fights, more so random encounters like that. I have a feeling that would set me back a little bit. I like how there is backtracking in this game, to an extent, but it respects your time, more or less. Like, I would have actually done with a little bit more walkbacks in this game. That would have been nice. I don't say nice, but like, you know, a bit more like, you know, you reap what you sow, you do better if you don't want this to happen. Just not Hollow Knight Silksong levels bad. Again, I have my faults with that game. I love almost everything about it, other than the fact that it's unplayable for me, because I feel like the difficulty... The best way I can say that game is, one, is it a little too hard for me? Yeah. It pressed me a little too much beyond my limits to the point where I wasn't enjoying it. But my biggest flaw with the game, without getting too into detail with it, because I am going to make a Twitter thread, and hopefully, actually this year, a YouTube video on it, like I planned on last year, of my games of the year, which include not games released this year, not new games I've played this year, but any game I've played this year. So if I played it for the first time this year, it's just my personal list. Hollow Knight Silksong is going to be at the bottom. It was my biggest disappointment of the year. If it was just too hard for me, it wouldn't be, because I'm just like, alright, well, it's a really good game, but it's just not for me. And I would at least respect that. My biggest personal flaw with the game, though, is the difficulty. Not in the sense of how hard it is, though. Like I said, it is too hard for me. A little too hard for me to enjoy it. But I feel like it's designed more to piss you off than to challenge you. And you know why I feel that way? Because it is. And I think that's bad game design. I should feel challenged, not pissed off. Like, if I can't see what's happening on the screen, that's not a skill thing, that's like a game design thing. Maybe other people can, but there were fights where I had a headache looking at the screen. That's a fact. I can't make that up. I had a headache looking at some fights. You know, again, I feel like... Did I not scan that? Whatever. Thought I did. But, What? What hit me? What did I miss there? Well, either way, that's 3 deaths. They all count the same. Whether you know how it happened or not. Alright, this is getting spicy. Here we go. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Things are getting spicy now. But yeah, I felt more pissed off in that game than anything else, because there's extremely unforgiving walkbacks. Extremely unforgiving walkbacks. Super chaotic combat where you sometimes can't see what's going on. And sometimes, like, best one I can describe are those, like, gigantic ones that are in that one... I don't even know where they were, to be honest. But, the enemies were just big enough to where you could barely jump over them. And I'm just like, why does everything in this game need to be an extreme, like, frame-perfect challenge? I'm kind of over it. I just don't think it was a well-designed game. Again, I think the difficulty was designed more to piss you off than to challenge you, and that is because it was. For a comparison, we can look at right now. Right there, when I just died for the second time, even though I don't know how it happened, it came from me not paying the fuck attention. And not dodging things that I should be dodging, like I just did right there and there. I need to be better. Like, I had a smile on my face. I'm just like, oh, okay. I was talking shit. I thought this was going to be a cakewalk after, you know, I got as far as I could without one death. Now the game's on. I never had that moment in Silksong. It just, the frustration kept building. In this game, though, I just had that moment. What perfect timing, honestly. To make my point, essentially. And I will tell you right now, my second biggest disappointment was Mario Kart World. I don't hate that game as much as most people. I'm not like a terminally online hater of it, like a lot of people are. But I was disappointed by it. And Nintendo's also just a lack of support for it. It's your launch title. Why are we getting weekly events in Kirby Air Riders, a niche spinoff, but we can't get them in Mario Kart Worlds? Like, you're making people hate this game. Like, it's not worth $80 right now, that's a fact. And I will leave any other surprises for when that video comes. However, I will say, because it's not really a surprise, I think you know what my top 2 games of the year are going to be. It's going to be this one and Kirby Air Riders. That's not a surprise. Yep, still don't know what was hitting me there. Could have been these guys. I could have just been standing in a bad spot. That's where they were just kind of getting me. Ow. And they do fucking damage. Whoa. Or I might have hit one of those things that made it hostile. Very likely. Yep, I did. So that's what I did last time. You hit one by accident, they all become hostile. So that's what I did. That's absolutely what I did, and I just realized these aren't marked now because... That's one thing with walkbacks, you need to be careful, because it erases your progress. You need to make sure you're still getting everything. Which I think I did. I think I scanned the shield dude. If not, it's not the last one to get. We'll just have to be careful. And plus the shield dudes, I believe, respawn at certain points. If it was gonna be easy, there wouldn't be a challenge. And it's all about the challenge right there. That's what it's all about. That's why I'm here, that's why I'm doing this. I want this game to challenge me, like I said. And I mean it wholeheartedly. This game's hard mode run could determine, like right now, I have it behind Prime, like my current order is still 1, 3, and 2, and then this one would be lagging behind them slightly. It might be tied with 2, honestly. I might say that. It might be tied with 2. But this could pass 3 and 2, depending on how challenging the hard mode run is. So far, I like what I'm seeing. The difficulty is ramping up. I've been dying more times, mostly due to my own stupidity, but I've still been dying more times. That still counts, despite the fact that I did just pick up another energy tank. That's what we want. We want the challenge. That's why we're here. Right, we don't have double jump yet. We don't have the ability to jump yet. That comes very soon. And even if the deaths don't come, this hard mode run is making you stay much more on your toes in combat. And one thing I would like, because didn't they add that to Dread after the fact? They added like the super hard mode difficulty, hyper mode, whatever. They added that in like a post-release update. I would love to see that. Like, give me like a insane difficulty, super hard mode. With this game. Give it to me. I would love that. Like, for the love of God, please give me another reason to run through this game with a different strategy. For the love of God, like, I've already found 4 different ways to play this game. I took it slow, I speedrunned it, I'm hard mode running it, and I guess you would say my other one, I'll call it my winging it run. Like, give me yet another way to play this game. That's perfectly fine by me. on to the next tower. And trying to compare side by side here because I know Twitch only does 60 FPS, I believe. And yeah, this game just whether you're in 4K or even on the handheld, like this game just looks good. Even when I'm playing in 720 120 FPS, the game just looks good. Doesn't matter what mode you're on, really. I can't really decide which one's my favorite either, to be honest. 4K on the TV is like a surreal experience, but it kind of feels really good playing in 120 FPS, I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, let's get our driver's license again. For the third time, let us get our driver's license. Another observation, because I've had so many observations about this game. I have observations like this about pretty much any game I play, but this game means a lot to me, so it's like I'm tempted to express them more. One thing I liked about, like, I know in this game, of course, Samus's suit is made out of metal. Of course it shines more, as it should. But I liked, especially in Prime 2, like the dirty, darker, like, art style, like you kind of get off of her suit. It's like dull, but like it's not, like not in a bad way, you know? Like it just looks cool. And of course in this game the suit shines more, but like it still hasn't taken any of that darker grittiness at the same time, is the best way I can describe it. Like, honest to God, this is probably the best looking game I've ever played. Will I say it's my favorite looking game? No. I like art styles of old games. My favorite looking game is probably still the original Paper Mario on the Nintendo 64. But objectively speaking, in terms of pure art style, modernization, color, visuals, art direction, whatever term you want to use, like, I can't really criticize a single thing about the direction they went here. Another thing I could say is, they really like the theme in this game of clashing yellow with darker colors. They're doing it right now. This is yellow with, like, brighter colors, I guess, technically. But, like, you get yellow with, like, the dark grayish black of Volt Forge. You get yellow with the bluish white of the Ice Belt. Seems to be a theme that they were going for, you know? Oh, right. What am I doing? I'm supposed to be boosting. I forgot that was a target. Power slide. Did I get all three? Yes, I did. Whoop. Did not mean to do that. Bumped the button for some reason. Or it's 2. I guess I still got one more, and I'll probably do it on my own time. Eventually, I will stream a run like this, but it's like a, I kind of realized I didn't do one run yet, just like an any percent, like, speed run. Like, the last one was a 100% speed run. Like, you know, challenge myself, and we'll do it on hard mode, you know? Like, avoid going back for certain pickups just to save time, and... that'll be a me time thing. Time to get our boating license. Let's do this. What if in Metroid Prime 5, instead of a desert, they just give you the opposite of a desert? Like, one thing this game was lacking, and I shouldn't say lacking, yes, Metroid games have water in them, but like, well, actually, there's gravity suits for that reason. Obviously. So I guess I will say this game was lacking water, and in a sense, lacking visors too, now that I think about it. I have thought about that, but haven't mentioned it. I don't really care, like, 'cause I thought the power-ups in this game were fine. But there wasn't any water area in this game. Like, you weren't really in water at all, other than, like, little puddles in the Fury Green. Next one, they just say, okay, it's fine. You people don't like the desert? Here's a big lake. And then they gave, instead of giving Samus a bike, they give her a boat and a fishing rod. And then instead of calling it Metroid Prime 5, they call it Bass Metroid 2000. There it is. Sorry, I had to stop so I could clip that. I'm a genius. Oh, oh, I missed. Maybe I didn't. Oh, I missed. Right, I'm ready for my driver's license. Got a boss fight coming up. See if we can handle it on hard mode. Hi there. Jeez. Take a lot of hits on this difficulty. Let's use those missiles. Let's heal up here quick. Yeah, good. Nice. Come on, get him, get him. Nice. All the ammo we can get. Hi. Don't do damage to me. Alright, we are at roughly the midway point here, so let's stop it right here. I'll be right back. We have a boss fight. Alright, this one is one of the more straightforward ones, and therefore I think one of the easier ones in the game on normal difficulty, but he fires a lot of shit, and you do need to hit him a lot. Anything can happen on hard mode, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do it. Get away from that, of course. Not what I meant to hit. Oh yeah. That's a gaping hole. Ooh. Another thing I'll have to study is if there's any skips in this game, like, you know, getting something early. I saw a YouTube video, I haven't watched it, it could be satire for all I know. But apparently there's a way to get the Thunder Chip early. If that is the case, and I feel like they would put that in there intentionally because they know what the Metroid players want. Thunder Chip's huge. That gets your scout bots. That gets... Okay, so that essentially eliminates half an energy tank. Noted. That can get you a lot of stuff early, I believe. I think what else that gets you. I think it gets you... I don't know, I'd have to think about it more, but I feel like that's a big one, because on my first playthrough, I'm just like, man, whenever I get this Thunder Shot, it's going to be huge. Yeah, this guy might still be the easiest boss in the game, even on hard difficulty. I haven't really been pressed much yet. And we're about a third of the way through here. Hi! Of course, we know he does speed up as it goes on. Maybe not the easiest boss. Whoops. Because I know Carvex is pretty easy. I don't count Abarax. Abarax is just like... He's a tutorial boss. He doesn't really count in the rankings. Whoops. Damn it. Wait for our moment. Damn, it's fast. There we go. Ready for that. We gotta be paying attention here. Healing where we can. Yep. Get our hits in where we can. Oh boy. Yep, get out of that. Yeah, we're at full health. Guy ain't shit. Nope, that actually, I forgot about that attack. Yep, there we go. Good hit. That went non-verbal there. I locked in. That was weird. Sorry. Ow. Maybe I should lock back in. The instant I locked out... Got him. The ability to jump.
Pizza time.
Sass.
I'm him. I've been him. I will continue to be him. I'll take a double, triple body deluxe on a raft, 4x4 animal style. Fishing booth with Ishimi and a squeeze. Light axle grease, make it cry, burn it and let it swim.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard the man. It is Borger Thursday. It is indeed Borger Thursday. Check out that icon. Check that shit out. That's epic. That's epic right there. Look at that. That's beautiful. Also, yes, this is my full-time job now. In case you haven't noticed. Gotta remember, we gotta scan. I think we already did. Yeah, we did. We scanned that. The fact that, because I don't know if they did any of the food in the previous updates, or like the previous icon releases or not. But the fact that the burger was one of them makes me so happy, because again, every time I'm playing that game and I see a burger, I say Borger. I love burgers. Burgers are one of the best tasting things you can eat. I would say it's like top 5. Like right now, I would say I'm on a kick with, let's see. It fluctuates, but some of this stuff. Pickles. I'm gonna consider like actual meals here though. So pickles would be number 1 for me. I love pickles. But we're talking about actual meals here. I'm gonna go burger at number 1. I'm gonna go wings number 2. I'm gonna go sushi number 3. I'm gonna go mac and cheese number 4. You can never get tired of mac and cheese. I think I'm gonna put spaghetti at 5. I fucking love spaghetti. Especially, I don't know, I'm on a spaghetti kick right now. I enjoy spaghetti. Burger's always at the top, though. You cannot go wrong with a good burger. All right. Well. Let's do what we do. Here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. Whee! Haha. I don't remember, this is 100% run 2. Scans and pickups. Still gotta get it all. Thank God we have the ability to jump now. Meatball Monday, Spaghetti Tuesday, Wing Wednesday, Borger Thursday, Fentanyl Friday, Soup Saturday, and Soup Sunday. I wouldn't have it any other way. I would not have it any other way, ladies and gentlemen. And let's not forget our boy Herschel from The Walking Dead. Let us not forget Spaghetti Tuesday on Wednesday. It's not Spaghetti Tuesday, it's not Spaghetti Wednesday. It is Spaghetti Tuesday on Wednesday. That feels weird, because I just got that pickup earlier today on my other run. Did I get swarmed by this many of these things on normal difficulty? I feel like that was a hard mode thing. I might have. I don't know. Like... Thing looks like a face. Alright. Ironically, today, in my other run, I already did a ton of running through of the desert. Although I guess I was grabbing all of these ones, specifically the ones surrounding the big ones there, because I'm trying to speedrun my way to the faster, like, speeding up your psychic beam. But in this playthrough, it doesn't matter, because I think I'm gonna roll with it. I am definitely going to, I'm not gonna get the beam upgrade. That way it makes it even harder. That way that over under 30 deaths becomes even more challenging. Lies. Need to go after the ice belt first. And before you do that, you must go to the volcano. You must go to the flare pool. He's yanking our chain is what he's doing. He can't be trusted. So I'm kind of, like I said, I am going to, as we know, I am focusing on scans and whatnot this time around. Like I said, we're gonna do most of the, did I scan them? Yes, I did. We'll get these as we pass them, but I'm gonna grind most of these on my own time, since we really don't need them until, whoops, I need my boost to make that. Since I really don't need them until the end, since I've decided to forego the beam upgrade. This infamous, missile expansion here that always gives me fits. So yeah, there will be very little desert in this run. Ah, fudge. It's objectively easier to get it off of this ramp from this side for some reason. I don't know why, but it is. Money. Like on that side, you just kind of fly over it. Or under it, whichever. So yeah, let's keep getting these as we pass them. We will use scout bots again, too. This isn't that type of playthrough. Like I said, it's just strictly 100%, true 100%. We will get all the green shit this time, which in hindsight, since we haven't properly used the tracker yet, it might not take that long with it, because they kind of appear from everywhere. I probably could have just gone back and done that, but unfortunately, and I kind of wish I did, unfortunately, it was pushing midnight, and I needed to get to bed. So I'm just like, screw it, I'm ready, I want to just know what the ending is. Next time I don't want to put myself in that position, though, to where I'm tempted to do that. Like, I'm not saying I regret it, but, you know. There's a reason you earn these things in these games. I'll leave it at that, and I felt like I did, and I still feel like I did. Because I don't hate the desert as much as most, but collecting these green crystals is tedious and repetitive. If they varied it a little bit, or maybe made some more the landscape a little different to provide more of a challenge, or just something, like it's tedious. It is, unfortunately. They definitely did not beat the tedious allegations. Fortunately for me, I kind of like tedious things. I do like tedious, repetitive collectibles in games when done right. In this game, I wouldn't say it was done perfectly right, but I don't hate it. So that means something was done right. Let's just get that on the radar so it's there for me, so I see it. At this point, I kind of knew it was there. Probably need to scan those. We'll get it on the way back. I'm not paying as much attention to the scans as I should be. For the type of run I'm doing here, I should be paying much more attention to them. Here we are. Yep. Yep. Starting to memorize the more we go here. It's right now behind this thing, so we'll mark it. Does it think for me to scan down here right now or not? We got Swarm Flyer. Whoop, 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 whoop. Get out of that. Yeah, because I burned Viola alive, that's why. Yeah, so it turns out this wasn't the real Silex here. It was a Silex bot fucking with us. It was Silex manipulating it, but you know. Do the thing, Samus, do the thing. There she goes. She's so cool, just look at her. She knows how cool she is sitting on that bike. She knows. If you guys want to know how cool I think Samus is, and combined with how much I love the Prime series, you guys remember how much drooling I was doing over Shadow the Hedgehog in the year of Shadow the Hedgehog last year, and how cool I think Shadow the Hedgehog is? Well, I've already put more time into this game than Shadow Generations by roughly 10 to 15 hours already. Now that's just the Switch version, to be fair. Oh god, he snuck behind me, fuck. Alright. And I probably only put like 10 hours in, but I've already played this game a little bit more than I've played Shadow Generations in the lifetime I've had it. So, yeah. To be fair, it's a longer game, but you know what I'm trying to say. That's the thing, and we're not done with this yet. I'm not done with this yet. I'm still only halfway through another run of it, and I am not even close to done with this one. This will be at 100 hours by the time I finish my first full-on, you know, just experience with this game. We will be pushing 100 hours for sure. They're the two coolest characters in gaming as far as I'm concerned. Shadow the Hedgehog and Samus, that is. I'm not really quite sure who rivals them. We know there's something in here we can't get yet. It's hidden behind the power bomb. Ow. I was far enough away from this thing. Apparently I was wrong. I can see this thing being a bullet sponge. Oh god, hello. Yep, they explode when they die, we know. I thought I was far enough away from that, jeez. Oh god, I'm cornered! Jeez. Anyway, back to it. I'm gonna have to watch that early Thunder Chip video, though, see if there's any other skips in this game. Because, as you know, I hilariously attempted and failed to get early space jump boots in Metroid Prime on the GameCube. I just straight up failed. I'm sure it's not that hard to do once you get the hang of it, but I've just never done that before. I've done speed runs, I've done all sorts of runs of those games, just not with skips and not with 100% scans. So I'd like to do that. Maybe on my next year yearly playthrough I do of the Prime Trilogy. I might do it. We'll have some fun stuff on the list for next year, too. That's part of my 3 big threads I want to post. My Game of the Year list, my Revisits of the Year list, because that's like obviously separate. I was grappling with whether Breath of the Wild Switch 2 counted as a first play or a revisit, but it absolutely counts as a revisit. Come on now. As surreal as it felt experiencing that game's story again for the first time, or for the third time, it's a revisit. Technically, it is indeed a revisit.
Looks like you found some more
Nice observation. You got it. Just make the beeline and get whatever we can on the way. We won't veer too far off the path. Yeah, and then the other one, other than those two that I want to discuss, is my goals for next year. Both on and off stream, gaming-wise, of course. Get that on the radar. I know there's an energy tank behind that one, but I want to keep the challenge going a little bit here. We'll get it later. Goals for next year, of course. Top two are play Age of Imprisonment. That is a Zelda game, a canon Zelda game that I have not played yet. A month and a half after release, that's crazy. Never thought I'd see the day, but hey, Kirby Air Riders and Metroid Prime 4. There's actually nothing on this beeline here. Nothing at all. That's kind of ass. But yeah. Goals for next year. Play Age of Imprisonment for sure. Play Ghost of Yotei. I have yet to decide if I'm going to stream that game yet or not. Because it's really not my... I know I did Final Fantasy Rebirth to start this year, but... I have yet to decide if that's my thing. I might turn it into a little bit of a YouTube series, or I'll stream like bits and pieces of it and my reactions throughout, and I can just like discuss here and there. Because I do really like that series. A lot. But I'm kind of, now that I got my retro tank, I'm kind of just more tempted to stream that stuff. I feel like a longer experience like that for me is better off stream. But it is my goal to play that game next year, regardless. I'm trying to remember what else was on my... There was another big glaring one. And I just cannot remember what it was for the life of me. I do want to try to get better at the Prime speedruns, you know, with skips and stuff. The big thing is, though, there's really no, and of course Nintendo, they will have a Direct in February. New things will be announced that I will want to play. But as of now, I can't think of any big, long playthroughs that I'd want to stream in their entirety. I just can't. Like, I can't imagine what they would release that would be like, oh my god, I need to stream that whole playthrough. I just can't. So yeah, those are the big three things. The other big thing, though, I know there's still one I'm forgetting. I don't know what it is. My other big one, though, is play more Kirby games. You'll see me do some first plays of Kirby games that I've never played before again, despite my love for Air Riders. I don't know where any of these characters come from, other than the minimal research I've done. I have played Kirby Air Riders, Kirby Air Ride, and Kirby's Adventure for the NES. That's it. I've played roughly 15 minutes worth of Kirby 64 and the Crystal Shards on the N64 app on here. That is it. I haven't played many Kirby games. I was mostly thinking retro. Now, of course, aside from games that are super expensive, I will be abiding by my rule. I will not play these games until I own a physical copy of them. You know, I'm mostly looking at Dreamland 1, 2, and 3 currently. 1 and 2 I can get. 3 is pretty expensive though. It's like 170 bucks or something. So that one might be an omission to the rule. Those are the big ones on the list right now, and I don't want to get into the Nintendo pricing debate right now, but I've always wanted to play Kirby and the Forgotten Land ever since it released, but like I know Kirby games are typically easier, like very, very easy. Like there's no like hard mode or anything. I'm probably just gonna breeze right through it within like, I don't know, 10, 12 hours, and I'll be left feeling like, was that worth the $70 or not? I don't have that with a lot of games. Like if I breeze through this game in 12 hours, I feel like it's worth the $70. If I did it with a Kirby game, I probably wouldn't feel that way. But anyway, what I'm getting at with that is,
looks like a circuit, and it seems like there's a chip inside.
not to get into extreme detail about my work or personal life, and I never will,
This is fascinating.
but
I see.
I get these reward points, like just basically for doing my job, for lack of a better way of saying it, without going into detail. And there's pretty much anything. You could order like a stove on there if you save up enough, which takes a long, long time, but you technically can do it. I've mentioned, I ordered my Tears of the Kingdom Switch on there because there was still one sitting on there.
Give her a try.
Despite the fact that it was pulled from store, like it wasn't in stores for like a year at that point, but they still had some. So I was able to get one. I haven't touched it. It's essentially complete in box. Long story short, there's now Switch 2 items on there. Much more than I thought. The console is on there. Every main release is on there. Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Kirby Air Riders, and Metroid Prime 4 Beyond are both on there, despite being recent releases. Pokemon's on there. Age of Imprisonment might have been missing now that I think about it. But Kirby and the Forgotten Land's on there, and it would only take up like 1/8 of my points that I have saved up. So I think I'm gonna get it for free. And that might be a nice first playthrough for next year. And of course it's the Nintendo Switch 2 edition, so we'll be getting the Starcross World expansion too. For free. And there's no better price than free, ladies and gentlemen. No better price than free. Alright, we're just gonna head right back out into the wilderness. Burn it all down with fire shot. I'm not gonna go that way yet. We'll get them all in one shot. Back to the desert. And, of course, the beloved ice belts. Oh, ice belt, my beloved. So yeah, that was a nice ramble on my plans for next year. Kirby games are a focus though, because I feel like I love Kirby as a character, but it came from Air Riders and Smash Bros. Specifically, Subspace Emissary. And of course, I've beaten Kirby's Adventure quite a few times. I love Kirby's Adventure. But I feel like I should be more familiar with the brand, you know? Another one I might play is Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. I do own that one, physical copy. So yeah, a lot of plans next year, and of course we're going to keep going. We're going to get back into Paper Mario randomizers eventually. I've been lacking there for obvious reasons. I went on a big Metroid Prime kick with 4 coming up. You know, we played the whole trilogy. Of course we went on a big Metroid Prime kick. I will not apologize for that. And we went on a big Star Fox kick in the second half of this year, and I will absolutely not apologize for that either. But, of course, we're still going to keep our bread and butter. I don't know, I'll post all this in the Discord eventually. I'd be rambling and shit. Next year's a weird year, too. There's going to be some times where I'm just wholly... stretches of like 2 weeks here and there where I'm wholly unavailable, which sucks, but it is what it is, you know? It's for good reasons, but, you know. It's going to be a busy year for me. But I am a gamer, first and foremost. I will find time. I always do. Got that one. Let's rock and roll. Oh, it killed itself. I was gonna scan it. I guess I should scan this, though. Really? Can I shoot this, by the way? Because the whole point is to be on the bike. Yeah, I guess you can. It doesn't do anything, though, if you're not on the bike. Noted. Pure curiosity, you know. Let's get this one back here, yep. And then we'll enter the shrine. Of course, we want to get these while we're here, and no reason to make ourselves come back in here. Should we scan these? We got everything. We want to make sure we don't come back into these when we're doing our hunt at the end there for 100% on these. We really don't want that. Nothing else back here. Okay. Yeah, we just got to make sure we don't miss any of those green crystals. I want to get True 100%. I don't want to miss shit. They can be pretty well hidden in here. Of course, the desert's the desert. And I know there's a couple in Fury Green. I believe I got them all. I don't know if there's any hidden anywhere else, another area. I just don't remember. We want to make sure we do not miss anything. And I think we are going to end this stream on potentially a pretty brutal note. As I've said, in terms of what I'm worried about dying the most out on hard mode, it's those, like, gauntlet fights where they just keep sending enemies at you. I am very worried about the wolf fight. Every time I've done that, I've come close to death. On every run of this game I've done so far. Okay, we got that login. Yep, that's right. Taste wall. Okay, I scanned that already, alright. Alrighty, so let's spice this up here a little bit. If I can make it through this fight without dying once, I'm gonna have 2 sour monkeys tomorrow. But if I die during the fight, I am going to have 2 sour monkeys tomorrow. No, I did not misspeak. I love the monkey. How's that sound for a bet, everybody? Okay. Here we are. Yep, we know. There's probably no way for early ice chip. You just straight up need the boost ball. 'Cause it's sitting right in there. I had my questions about Thunder Chip though, kind of, because like when I went back to that room on my first playthrough, I'm just like, I feel like I can make it up there without like, you know, like yeah, the electricity on the floor like sucks, but like, I feel like there's a way to make it up there. Like, that was just my hunch. I'm just like, that could be the game's big skip that gets you shit early. I can't think of anything else. You can't get double jump early. You have to face a boss to do it. So that is not an option in this game. This area, this room right here is gorgeous in 4K. I mean, it's gorgeous now, but it's gorgeous in 4K. It just is. This ambient music here in this for this room goes stupid hard too. I absolutely love it. It reminds me of like a creepier version of like what's the name? I should know this. I am a Paper Mario veteran. Not Shooting Star Summit, not Star Haven, like Chapter 7 when you get past the whatever the village is there. Starborn Valley. That's it, Starborn Valley. Okay. Pray for me. Christ almighty, ladies and gentlemen, pray for me. This is where the deaths could start to stack up. Snow Wolf. Alright, let's do it. I feel like I need to kill a certain amount of them. I don't know if you have to kill a certain amount or outlast them. I really don't know. But yeah, this is going to be tough because naturally it's going to take me, oh boy, more hits to get these things down. So I don't know if I'll be able to get 3 of these down in one shot now. Like I am on normal difficulty. Okay. Yeah, so they kind of run. I feel like it's got to be time-based. But I also want to kill them so I can get, the ability to heal. Not playing this great so far. Gotta be better than that. I saw you. I saw you sneaking up. We'll see if it starts to speed up fast or not. If it doesn't, then that means it's based on kills. If it does, then it's just outlasting time-wise. God, yeah, it's speeding up. This is time-based, for sure. I guess something to heal with here. Oh, God. Lucky there. Wasn't paying attention. Takabi, buddy, help. Almost out of ammo here. Oh, I escaped that with no damage. Better run. Fuck. Let's try using some missiles here. God. God. Takabi, buddy. I'm begging you. I know I'm low. I know I'm low. God. Oh, God. Okay. Okay. This is gonna be our first burner, isn't it? I only got like 10 more minutes in me, so I might not finish this portion tonight. We may start with that on Sunday. But I'm certainly gonna give it my best effort. I don't sleep well enough as is. I can't get my heart rate going that much, you know, 30 minutes before bed, because that'll just fuck me big time. Let's make sure we get the scan in. Can't forget that. Can't take any hits fuck early on. That's sloppy. You can't allow that. Hello? Give me a way to heal here. Come on. We probably should have replenished shot ammo too. That would have been wise. Like coming in here with full shot ammo. This game's not being generous with that right now. That's for sure. Or health, for that matter. Nice. Ah, fuck, didn't see that one. Yeah, this is where it gets dicey. This is tough. Whoa, what? Oh, it just shoves me back. That was just shoving me back in, right? Okay, that makes sense. That did kind of get that cutscene. Got that group of them gone, though, so that helps. It's so hard to keep track of them all once it gets to this stage. Alright. Fuck it, switch it. Let's see what we can do here. Just gotta outlast. That was stupid. Gotta watch that radar a little better. Takabi, my friend. Oh. One death there. I will take that. May Salon be with you. God damn. One, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my god. That is what we call professional gamer moves. Okay, what we're gonna do, because I think it triggers a cutscene, we're gonna go back and use the save station here. And then we're gonna walk up to him starting on Sunday. A little bit tedious of a walk, but what are you gonna do? There's definitely worse games to make a tedious walkthrough, am I right? Is that this? That is Samus breathing heavily. I'm gonna assume that's not from the cold, that's from her being on the verge of death. More than likely. Nice little detail. Also, I didn't use this save station before, apparently, did I? I must not have. Whatever. Well, we're using it now. Alright, so there's our save. Make sure. Pretty sure I did get that Snow Wolf scan, right? Yep. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Whew, one death there. We will take that. Now let's end it with my patented double save. Alrighty. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to Sess for stopping by. It is Borger Thursday. Love the Borger. We love the Borger. On that note, I'm gonna get to bed. Y'all know the rest of the schedule. Saturday's Kirby Air Riders. Sunday is definitely going to be this. Probably both. I'm thinking I'll do 2 hours of this and then an hour to 2 hours of Kirby Air Riders on Sunday, more than likely. Then next week, I know I said I'll try to get at least 2 streams in. I don't know when they'll be. It's a holiday week. People are in town. I'm not gonna. I probably won't schedule anything. I'll probably just pop on randomly twice. Probably the best I'll be able to do. But hey, such is life. Y'all know how it works. So yeah. I am going to bed now after I finish watching the season finale of Survivor. Peace out, my friends.